Hello, everybody. We are going to give this a shot tonight. It is storming really bad here, and right now I have power. That may change momentarily, but I wanted to at least come on and give it a shot. Hello, hello. Let me get my laptop up. Okay. Hello, hello. Hello, Marcia. Hello, Lori. Oh, let me get rid of this. Put these up here. Thank you for your heart, me. Iguana Joe. Cool name. So let's figure this out. Why is there a big shadow? Start with that. Gotta love the shadows. So what if I bring this down more? There we go. It's a little better. All right. Well, I did a little work on my rock from last night. So I went over the pink walking dots with swooshes, and then I kind of got a little carried away with the green, but I went around with the green and then I went around with the pink to make it look more like a flower. So it wasn't a total bust, but I had to do some modifications. So, but yeah, so I painted the edge green. It's very roughly done. I didn't go all crazy or anything like that, but I tried to fix the project. All right, let me get a fly swatter because I have a fly that is going to drive me crazy. So, if you've ever had chickens, that's a downfall of having chickens. And of course, the summer is the flies. Hola, ¿cómo está? Yeah, I think it made a difference. Yeah, so anyways, you can imagine the flies. But I did get my, I use these fly traps from First Lime or First something. Anyways, and I got them today, so I'm excited to put them up. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. That's not really what we're working on today. So today we're going to do something a little different. Hello. Hey, Mason. I was just thinking about you before I came on. If I didn't see you today, I was going to check on you. Judy's another one. Has anybody heard from Judy? Judy is not on right now either, so. Hi, Peppermint Patty. How are you? All right. So tonight we are going to not necessarily recreate this, but we're going to work on a 4-inch round and a small rock. Good. Hi, Sonia. You are, Mason, you're an OG. You're something special to me. You are, I know I don't know you, but you're still special to me. I'm good. We are having a terrible storm. It's thundering and lightning, so I'm gonna give it all I got today. Hopefully we don't lose power. But if I do disconnect suddenly, then you'll know why. Hi, Tam. All right, oh, there we go. Okay, it says that my connection is okay, but I feel like it's not quite stable. So anyways, we're gonna paint this little rock. I had already had this painted, and then we're gonna go ahead and mark this up, and we're gonna be painting with these bright colors. They kind of remind me of a carnival. Yes. It's really foggy too. It's weird. We haven't had rain in weeks. And of course, now that we have a big hole in the backyard, now it's going to rain. All right. So, is everybody ready? I'm going to start by marking this one off. And I just don't want to rip cords out. I have cords. There, put that there. Hello, thank you for the heart me. All right, let me find my page so that I can do our colors on there. I've gotten in the habit of painting in my book, so sometimes the pages get stuck together. All right, so let me make some space here so that you guys can see what's happening. All right. So hi Angie, how are you? Welcome everybody. Is anybody painting today? If anybody's here that could check on Judy, this is it's unusual that we don't have her in as well. So if somebody could check on Judy, I know she wasn't feeling well because of some medications, but she said that she was better. But I mean, people have lives, so it's okay for her not to be here. If somebody knows if she's okay, that I would like to know that too. Thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate all of that. Oh, before I forget, you know how I try to put the live up tonight or in the morning. When you click on it, if you see it in my story, if you click on it and it says register, if you register, it's free. But if you register, it pushes the room out. You don't have to show up. If you just click register, and it's like all you do is click the button that says register. But like if you know somebody that is like has a live that and they put theirs up and you do that, it really does help their room. Already at 1,000. Somebody's tapping away. I did, but it was late, Tasha. It was late. It made me think of it as I was putting it up. Yeah, I put it up late. Yeah. I try to remember to put it up that night, especially if we know we're coming on. But thank you for the heart me, Joanna. Joanne. Johanna. Is Joanne. Oh my God. Joanne. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. If you're new here, I'm just going to give you a quick, I'm sure you'll have other questions, but if you are new here, we're going to paint on this round. And yes, I do paint on both sides. That they're and that's why I get them and recommend them, is because you can paint on both sides. This is a 4-inch wood round. Let's go with Joe. Let me turn the lights off, everybody. Oh my gosh. Mason, you missed it last night. Well, I got a new light, right? And I unplugged it, but there were no other lights on in the house. So it went pitch dark in here. So Tasha's like, oh, next up, Victoria's going to teach us how to paint in the dark. I was like, hang on, everybody. I mean, it was pitch dark. Oh, anyways, so I do paint on these. This is painted with a black multi-surface paint. It's satin. Okay, it's a satin finish. And then we make what we call guide marks using a stencil. You don't have to make guide marks. It helps though when you're learning. You don't have to have a stencil. It helps though. It makes it easier. You can actually, Braille dots. You can actually do it with a compass and a ruler. I just find this way easier. So and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12-point stencil. So I just line it up. I'm guessing. I'm doing it. Oh, I guess I'm off. Because I already made So we'll make our center dot. Thank you for sharing the live. I enjoy counting it every single night, Tasha. It helps me remember 1 through 12. Every night. I'm never going to change. I don't know why, but that is a good idea. So you're going to start teaching because you got all the ideas. Oh my gosh. You would think I would do something like that. But no, I enjoy just counting them every time. It's a learning lesson. So whoever is out there watching me, they start counting their lines. So I'm just going through and marking these up with a chalk pencil, a sharpened chalk pencil. And a lot of it will make sense as we get this part done. And you can also practice on this paper. It's a 110-pound paper. And actually, I had one on the supply list, and Lori pointed it out to me that I had taken it off. And the reason I'd taken it off is because it was not heavy enough. So if somebody did use that as a recommendation for their paper, let me know in the comments, and let me know how it's working out. But the one that I have here, I actually had to, I got it from Michael's house, but I cannot find it anywhere else except directly from the manufacturer. Not manufacturer, but yeah. Well, I don't know who manufactured it, but I'll show you. No, it's not sold out. It just, it's really, for some reason, hard to search it. Like, I was searching it, and I kept clicking the links. Wow, there's a huge glare on that. Hang on. And every time I found a link, it would not, it was white. So if anybody is having issues finding that, I found where I can help you out. But Again, you don't have to have this one. I think the weight is good for like, because you can actually paint right on it. Did you watch this video already? Did you see what? So Jessica messaged me, and Jessica messaged me, and she goes, "Oh my God, I have to stop responding to you when I'm watching the replays, because she's like, every time you go to say my name, I want to respond." I was dying. Oh, okay. Yes, a lot of it is replay. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Looks like regs are okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and put these in like a light to dark. Purple iris. We'll do pink. Actually, you know what? I'm going to break up the purple and pink because I have a feeling I'm going to, I have pink right next to the purple. I'm going to want to dip in there. I'm not filling these up either. Where do you get? That would be the same place that everybody else does. The jungle. If you want, Joanne, did you ask for the supply list? If you did, they're on there. The reason I'm pointing that out is because these are 15 mLs, and you have to be careful when you're buying them because they are not just this one, but okay. I didn't before. I was fumbling all over that. Because like some will say 15 mLs total. Like some are 3 mLs. So some are really, really small and some are big. And I like this size because I can mix paint up in there. It's way, way better. All right. So before I forget, let's do our little, so I also use this book for, looking for my tools, for my color swatches, so I remember what colors. Okay, who's new here? Do we have any new? If you're new here, say hi in the chat. We have a lot of regulars, so I don't mind going over everything, but if you don't need to know this, then you don't need to know this. But we use these dotting tools frequently. However, we discovered I got, I think the box had six of these, and there's 6 color palettes. I mean, 6 pots. So I got 6 and there were 6. And I tend to only fill up like the 5 with the primary and then leave that one empty for like maybe a metallic or something else. Yeah, you have to read the description on these paint pots very carefully. Okay. So briefly, we have discovered that even though these tools, you may think you're buying the exact same ones, they are not. There are some that will be the same and some that will not be. But we tend to use these dotting tools, this set, the most. Okay? And then that being said, you will see me use these acrylic ones. Not so much these big ones here, but these I do use frequently here. Yes, you're welcome. So let's get rid of that one. I think I'll use that tonight. All right. All right, so let me just get our color swatches on here so that will dry. I like to do that because then if I'm doing something and I'm like, oh, I want to do that same color palette again, which is rare for me to actually ever say that. But I like to put it on the book page because then, or if somebody asks me. Now, if you are new to this live, this will be uploaded for like following, like if you want to practice or something at a later time. If you want to find out how to get to those replays, you can message me through that orange box at the bottom left-hand corner, and I can help get you there. It may ask you for your email, but I do not need that. But just when you do put the message there, just say what you're looking for. All right, orange. I do too. Oh, well, I'm glad. I mean, I try to, like I said, there are quite a few people that have been here a lot. And, so I hate repeating myself, but I think they know that it's a live for beginners. So beginners are going to show up and I'm going to go over everything. That's just the way it is. Thank you for liking the live, doing all the things. I saw Cece pop in. Hi, Cece. How are you? You missed Chaos and Victoria last night. Just letting you know. Was not my finer painting moments. I ended up doing this. It was not my finer painting moments. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Well, we're actually going to work on a small pattern tonight, which is going to be similar to an ornament pattern. So one of the things that I talk about this a lot is that when you see, not that pattern, I'm never doing that pattern again. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I never want to see it again. When you do these patterns, okay, I'm just going to grab a few, okay? When you do these patterns, okay, what I want you to start to do is understand that this can be as, what's a pretty flower? That design? Absolutely not. That is never, I'm never gonna do it again. Ever. Freaking tortured me. Why is it so, let me turn this down now. I feel like it's so glary. Hang on. So it's like a direct shine. What if I do this? This light, I love this light because like I said, it's, somebody's getting filtered. What are you guys saying? My gosh. Keep it clean out there. So if I do down, which that's too much. All right, let me see. Let me see if this helps. I'm gonna put y'all in the dark again. All right, there's that. Oh, well, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Listen, that word snowflake is going to, somebody is getting filtered. What are you guys saying out there? Thank you for the heart me. Okay, so all seriousness. Okay, so what I want you to, thank you for the heart me and the go pops. Appreciate that. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that this right here, in my opinion, looks like a snowflake. Now, but you have to start looking at these in a way that you're going to change them and make them your own. Like, if we do this exact same design tonight with these colors, it's going to look totally different. So that's what I want you to start realizing, is that I think this looks like a snowflake. Way better snowflake than the other one. Thank you for the wink winks and the TikToks. Okay. So, yeah. So, now I want to clarify. I think tomorrow, I will try painting on this tomorrow. So if that's what you're looking for, Tam, then that's what I'm going to do. She's been asking. Hi. These these are rounded, yes. I've been touching all over it. I really need to alcohol it before I, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I will attempt, I have the day off tomorrow. I don't have any patients. So I want to see if I have anything that's going to mark that. Because like I said, the chalk marker did not, it rubs right off. So I want to try and I'll paint with it. Hi, Tammy. Oh, no. This is flat. Sorry, Tammy. No, these are wood, a stack of wood rounds. They're, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of where I don't even know where I actually got these from, but they should be on my supply list. If they're not, did you have I sent you the supply list, Tammy? I don't know if I have or not. Oh, they had that size for you? Oh, that's good. Because when I went the other day, they did not have that size. Otherwise, I would have got more. Chandra, thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing the live happy spaces. Tammy, if you do want they are available here on TikTok, but they sell out. Yes, 4-inch. I like the 4-inch because this is 4-inch, but right from here to here is 3-inch. 3 inches. So, yeah, 3-inch. So that's like a 3-inch design. So you can use these for, smaller and larger, but this is like a 3-inch ornament. So that would go right over that. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think it's a popular item. So, Tammy, if you can't find them, and you want the supply list, or if anybody's listening and they want a supply list, it doesn't mean you have to get exactly what's there. It's more of a reference. I can send it to you if you message me through that orange box at the bottom. It's just the easiest way for me to send it to you. All right. So let's get started. Yes, you're welcome. That's the one store I do not like going to. Okay, I'm going to do the center dot on this rock too, because we're actually doing both. But since I'm going to do center dots, I might as well paint them both at the same time. So when I do these stones, these love stones, I don't mark these. Maybe I should start, but I don't. Now that I have, oh, Cece, you were not here last night, so these are fantastic. If you start working on rounded stuff, like even the stone, like it's a silicone, so it can go over, like, and kind of mold with it. So like if I wanted to do something like that, I could hold that there and then mark the center. My pencil's not very sharp, but it molds over, so it's great for, like, you know, if you want to paint on a bottle, or like this one I did freehand, but like it goes round. Oh. So if you're going to paint on ornaments, you might want to look into that. If you're going to paint on like rounded ones. If you're going to paint on the flat ones, then you don't need it. But anyways, it still was tricky doing the lines. So I'll go over that tomorrow night too, okay? So we'll do the whole thing because we need to move along. I know I'm going to be doing ornaments soon, so I'm going to start one tomorrow. Okay. Yes, it is not, but it's silicone, so it sticks. So what, are you going to be here tomorrow night, Cece? Because what I did is I put my folded up, you know how when I do the rock, I use the folded up t-shirt? Well, I'll post the live anyways. You'll be able to watch it. But I put the, you know, when I use do the rocks, I use the t-shirt, and then I put the bigger silicone underneath it. So it was kind of like a gripper. So it worked out good. Now, mind you, I wasn't painting, so I don't, might change when I'm trying to paint. All right. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to do the center dot on this one to start it. When you do the center dots, you need a good amount of paint. Okay, where do I buy Esferas? Oh, no, Joanna, I don't know why I want to call you something else every single time I see your name. No, we'll go over that, but you use a product, and I'll show you. Use this, and you put some of it in there and like kind of swirl it around, let the excess drain out. And I'll show you one tomorrow, or I'll do one. If you're not here, it'll still be available for you to watch. Pretty. I don't know what Esferas is. I don't know what I don't know what that one word is. Does anybody want to translate that one word for me? And then after you have like the excess stripped out, and then believe it or not, this is what I'm using. I'm poor. I just took a box, punched a hole in it, and then I let it kind of drain out of that, drip into there for a little bit. And then you sprinkle the glitter, which was this one. Now, mind you, this doesn't look anything like Christmas to me, but I'm going with it. And then you put the glitter in, shake it around, and then it dries. Okay. Hi, BG. Oh, there's my translator, BG. We have someone. Yes, I like this too. We have someone named Bonbon. Where do you buy spheres? Oh, okay. So these, she must be these, or does she, yeah, she would say ornaments. Okay. She would say ornaments. But she comes every once in a while. She's very nice, but we have to do some translating. Okay. So next up, I'm going to do a ring around the rosy. Ring of dots. I got to get organized here. These are going to go here. All right. So I'm going to start with the small end of the yellow. And I say this in case people are painting along with me. Some people are. Cece, I don't know if you are. But I do that in case they are. Chat has... See, I don't have... No, thank you, Angie, though, for doing that. I appreciate that. It would be nice if, like, I could see that on my laptop. Thank you, BG. Thank you. Now, remember our conversation about some colors being drying translucent? These are going to be some of them. Which ones? I have no idea. We're just painting. I mean, you saw the other ones. They aren't too bad. I mean, I feel like these dried pretty well. The purple is a little translucent, but overall, I think they dried pretty good. I'm working on the recent deal. Okay. Very cool. So I'm just going around every time I do a new dot, I go back in the paint. Okay. The goal is that your dots are the same size. They're not touching. I will say that if you guys get wood rounds, some are better than others. But if you end up with a batch that gives you grief, like say for instance, you're making dots and everything looks great, and then all of a sudden you get somewhere and your dots kind of go like this way, it's probably because they're following the wood grain. And you could try either sanding it, which is a lot of work, adding an extra layer of base coat, or just not worrying about it. Okay, that was sketchy, getting that last one in there. Hello, how are you? Yeah, they're pretty. So look, I've kind of tried to fix it. I kind of tried to fix it. Hi, Lenny. So remember I went over the dots with like swooshes or whatever you want to call them. I painted the outside green and just kind of went around very loosely with a pink, like with a paintbrush and pink. So I rectified it in some way, shape, or form, but still not what I had planned on. But hello, how are you? So we are working on a small pattern That being said, though, it's not necessarily Christmas colors, but tomorrow night we are going to go and do one of these ornaments together. So I'll go over how to do them. And then that way, because I want to start making them, so, but I don't want to like consume the entire, every live with making them. That kind of gets, it helped. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely fixed, but, and then maybe when I put the satin varnish on it, it'll get a little better too. Okay. So what we're going to do is, I'm just trying to, okay. I'm going to use the large end of the yellow tool. And I think I'm going to do the purple. I'm going to see if I can do in between. Let's see, it's hard to see. Well, if I make a mistake, you're not going to be able to see it. Thank you for the heart, me. So I did not get uploaded last night's live. It downloaded, but not uploaded. For some reason it didn't, because you kind of have to be on Wi-Fi, and for some reason it didn't do it overnight. Like I usually do it, and then overnight it's ready, but the last couple times I've tried to do it, it's not working. So, and then I had to leave the house, so I didn't have Wi-Fi there either. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. So this purple is pretty, but boy, you sure can't see it, can you? All right, so I'm going to pause and kind of space out 2 dots here. Oh, I got to hold it up. Can't see it. So 1, 2, there we go. Okay. Thank you for sharing the live out. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, let's see, what are we doing? Did we want to, trying to figure out if I want to, I actually really like this pattern. I'm not going to do the swooshes this big, but I actually really kind of like how this kind of unfolds here, and I'd like it to get all the way out to the edges. So let me just measure it real quick. I want that, like the swooshes on the very, so it is 4 inches. Okay. So that's, okay. I'm going to leave that up there. So we'll go to, let me see if we can do that. Let's see, so we haven't done yellow or green. So let's do yellow and then we'll do green. All right, so I'm gonna go around. Just making the dots. No. Now, when you use these bigger tools, the rods, make sure you put enough paint on there. Okay? That you don't push down. You touch the round and you just tap. Don't push down. If you push down, you're going to end up, it'll smoosh and you'll get a ripple in it. Okay. Now these guide marks are here for a reason, right? That one needs a little more paint. Okay, those guide marks are there to help keep you centered. Oop. Okay, so now I really have to pause, right? Because I don't have much space. So it's going to be 1, 2. But I always say pause because, you know, you don't want to make the dots too big. You can always make them bigger, but you don't want to make them too big to begin with. So just, and all I'm doing is tap, 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 tap. Gets them a little bigger. And there you go. Thank you for the follow, Tammy. There's quite a few Tammys on tonight. So again, I'm going to just preface all of this again by saying, even though we're using these colors and they don't look like Christmas at all, use your imagination and just, when you see it as a design you like, try it in different colors. Because I promise you, you're going to be like, wow, like I didn't know that was going to happen. All right, and then I'm going to actually go up again. I follow another. Oh, I've not heard of her. There's so many. There's really so many. And, but that's cool. I like that. I like her name there. That's cool. So I'm going to go around again. And I wonder if I can do, let's do in between. Okay. So I'm actually going in between the last row. Yeah, my teacher, mentor, idol, whatever you want to call her, is Thoughtful Dots. That's who and you know how I actually found her? I was on the YT, because I don't remember even why I was on it, but I had been working away. I was a travel nurse for a while, and where I stayed, I didn't have cable or whatever, so I was on there, and I saw her painting, and that was it. That's been like 4 years ago now. Oh, that fly is back. Ugh, it's so annoying. Well, as much as we've been going in and out of the house for the big dig out back, I guess one fly in the house isn't too bad. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Technically, this doesn't look like a Christmas ornament. I know. But we are working on smaller patterns to prepare ourselves for Christmas. I guess everybody's painting. It's like Christmas in July, so everybody's in that. Okay, so this is just a folded up rag or t-shirt rag or whatever, but I like it to use it because, one, I can rotate my rock, and then two, if it's uneven on the back, I can make it, I can unfold it or fold it differently or whatever. So that's what that is. Nothing fancy. Thank you for sharing the live. So if you're new here, I call these love stones. These are heart-shaped rocks that I pick up from creeks. I do a lot of fishing. Well, when we have water in the creek, I do a lot of fishing, and it's not 90 to 100 out because that's not good for the fish. But some of them are very loosely heart-shaped, but you have to use your imagination. But when I paint them with the multi-surface paint, they start to look more like hearts than anything. Like some are even, this one kind of looks heart-shaped. It's broken. Are you saying that to me, BG? Because no comprende. Yo no comprendo. Okay. Thank you for... Did she get... I don't see her comments anymore. But anyways, okay. Thank you for... Oh, thank you very much, BG. That's very nice of you. Let me grab a water, guys. Hang on. I got a tickle in the throat. Okay, so we're just gonna do this little guy here. I just think it's gonna be so cute with all dialed out. So I do have to lift this up a little bit to paint. I don't mark these. Because we just really go around in a circle. Same concept. You're going to you dip. Every dot gets dipped back in the paint. If you are going around and then your dots start getting bigger, you need to wipe off your tool. I swear to God, that fly in here is the size of a bird. It's huge. And he's not happy that he's in here. But when I first started doing this live, this is what I painted all the time. With the exception of sometimes I would start working on a 4-inch round. But I thought for beginners, this was a great beginner skill and fun, because we can finish it in a couple hours. This stone will be finished, quickly, but and then I could talk, and then people could try and follow along. But some of the community members ended up wanting to advance very quickly. So here we are. So, if you're new out there, this is one of the rocks that we painted. But it's just basically going around and around with the paint in different sizes. And I start with the center dot same way, just get a little bigger, and then we go back down. But it helps with the learning how to get your dots placed and consistent in the same size. Hi, Demi. Welcome. So I'll do the same thing. I'll gradually get bigger. Like right now, I'm just going to go up to the large end of the yellow. And I have no rhyme or reason I'm actually going to save the purple for top dotting, because I feel like it's not going to show up very, very well here. So, puzzle piece time, because they want to make sure I'm really here. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? Welcome. So we're doing a couple of things tonight, Rhonda. We're doing this little love stone, and we're also working on a 4-inch round with the same color palette. I think this is going to be so cute with these colors. And then tomorrow night, I am going to do an ornament from beginning to end. Like, I'm going to show you guys how to put what to use, put the glitter in there, and I'm going to mark it and start painting. I don't know if we'll finish all of it, but it's a little close. Don't run, don't run. So that's tomorrow's plan. Because I want to try and work through the little pain points on the chalk markings and the stencil. So although, do they sell fine point dry erase markers? I should have looked when I was at the DG today. Oh, I love these colors. You might see these again. Hi, Penny. Thank you for the follow. We're using a set of dotting tools. You can look up dotting tools, nail art tools. The only thing, they're not all the same size, we're learning. Every set has its own size, which is kind of weird. But Penny, you can use a toothpick, you can use a Q-tip, you can use a pencil, anything that'll make a dot of paint. So you don't have to go out and buy tools right away. I always say this, they're relatively inexpensive, but I'm also a broke student right now. So if I had to go out and buy them, I would need I need gas more than I need that. So I would probably use stuff around the house. That's kind of where I'm at. But if you, are you new to dot art, Penny? If you're new and you want more information, I have a supply list. It's only for reference. You don't have to, it's just for reference. But if you shoot me a message through that orange box at the bottom left, I can send it to you. It's probably going to ask you for an email address, but I can just send it to you here. And it's just like a reference. But yeah. Wait, what? Thank you for the follow, Jessica. What green stone? This thing? What green stone? Oh, the one I showed you. Okay, because I'm like, that's surely not that one. I forget that I showed something just a minute ago. Okay. I know. To me, they are very fun. I really enjoy painting them. But it is a very beginner lesson. And like I said, some people, that have been here a while, they wanted to kind of progress. So we bring it back sometimes. Okay. So I do have to gauge how big I want to go, because I go up to a certain size and then I start to go and get smaller again. I think I'm going to use the large end of the blue and do the orange. But there's no rhyme or reason for any of it. I just pick a color, pick a size, and just know mentally that I'm going to get to a certain size dot and then start going back down in size. But there's no planning or anything like, oh. So get this, guys. Those of you who have been like following our little story about the big dig. So, you know, the line broke. We didn't have water yesterday. So Frank got up early. That's the boyfriend. Got up early because, you know, he works nights. Got up early, went to the hardware store because he'd gone to the hardware store Sunday and someone had put the part that he wanted in the wrong size bin. So he ended up with the wrong size. So then he ended up getting up early today, going, fixed it, and can you believe it? The new pressure tank that they had put in, well, it wasn't new, it was used, is doing the same thing. All that work, and it's still doing the same thing. Anyways, so I have water, but it's still potentially going to burn out the pump. So I told him, I said, at this point, I think we just need a new pressure tank. I mean, I'm sure that's not what he wanted me to say, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather just get a new tank than have the pump burn out. That's like even more money. Oh boy. No. Don't you run together. No. 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 Get a Q-tip. Thank you for liking the live, guys. 17K. Wow. We are tapping away. All right, this is going to be very... So you take and wet your Q-tip and you roll very carefully towards you. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're going back with the same, you know, more dots, but all right, so going in and in. This orange is a little thin. So anyways, yeah, so still not fixed, but at least I have water. It's interesting how much running water, how important that is. Okay. I don't know why that purple is so dark. Let me see if I have another purple that would be... I think this one would be fine. I'm gonna actually use this one. Purple Pizzazz. I think that'll be a little better. Still give us the idea, but I think that'll show up better. All right, so then in this case, I'm gonna go up one more size, and that's the largest dotting tool, which is for me the large end of the green. So, and just same concept, just trying to, and we might even go up one more size, which would involve pulling out the acrylic rods. Hi, Kara, how are you? Welcome. Does anybody have any questions Well, just, so Kara, tomorrow I am going to do a ornament from start to as far as I can finish it. Meaning I'm going to prep it, put the glitter in one. I mean, I'll probably paint on this one, but I will show you guys how to get it to that point. Yeah, I think that purple's a good. So if you like purple, you'll want purple pizzazz, because that's a pretty color. And the goal is that you don't touch. And I just like that. I just follow it around, follow all its imperfections. It does get a little, like if you're painting on an edge like this and your paint is thin, sometimes it'll run a little bit, but if you just kind of hold it, for a second, it should be fine. I'm surprised. Oh my gosh. That is, there's not even that many people here today. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I will do start to finish. I'll do, what to use to get to coat it with, do the glitter. I'll work through some of the pain points on the stencil and all that kind of stuff. Because I want to get working on some. So, what is that? Got a little purple dot on my orange. Oh boy. All right, I can always paint over that. Yeah, very. So that happens sometimes. Okay, so we'll go. I'm going to do green one. Let me see. One. No, I do actually have to go up one more size. So we'll do, I'll do the pink. So we did one, two, yep, we did all 5 colors. So we'll just do a row of pink. And then I won't go up any more sizes. We'll start to go down in size. Yeah, see, like this pink is really thin. So when you're painting on an edge, you're going to want to hold the item up. It dries pretty fast. Trying to stay in the frame. But yeah, it's been a while since we've done a stone, so, well, this way. We did one last night. So, and then I just keep coming around. Do the best I can in those crevices. I don't. But like I said, I'm just kind of holding it up for a little bit so that it doesn't run. I think it's doing pretty good. This particular brand of paint is pretty good. I mean, it is thin, but it usually doesn't run. But just on the off chance that it is, I just, like I said, I hold it up. Ah! Okay, come on. There we go. All right, and then, so 2 more. So again, I do them smaller because I can always make them bigger, but I'm running out of Q-tips. Hot pink. This is definitely hot pink. So this was the inspiration. I did this probably one of my first projects. I'm sure I was following along with her, but so that's where we got those colors from. We haven't done anything. Somebody said neon, so I was like, all right, well, let me pull that one out. Okay, now I'm not necessarily going to go back down in the same color that we did, so don't think that. But I am going to start to go down in size now. So this is the large end of the green for the green. All right, there we go. So yeah, so I'll just hold it up like this. Now, if I run out of space, I don't stress out over it either. Like if I get close to the edge and I run off, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So like when we get around here, obviously the green is not going to fit all the way around. So I sometimes will do walking dots to fill that in. Okay. And then because that happened, I'm going to make sure I don't start here and go around. I'm going to start down here and go that way. Okay, because you don't want to get down here to the end and things not line up. It happens because I've done it. I actually just... Right? It's terrible. Thank you for the follow, Molly. Or is it Molly? It's terrible. I'm telling you, it's the size of a freaking bird. It is the size of a bird. Getting to the point where I'm afraid I might drop this. There we go. So just same thing, following it along, even though there's valleys and ridges. Hang on, these are not. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's like my favorite part because it adds that little bit of, and then I can actually outline, and I like when it ends there at the V because I can accent the V from the heart shape that way. Sorry, guys. The edges kind of get, when this one's got a like flat edge. There we go. Oh, And I didn't put much paint in there, so I keep hitting the bottom. Which, if you remember me telling you, if that's happening, you're not getting enough paint. So I'm just gonna do the same thing there. Oh, my thing, dotting canvas. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the size of a dang bird. All righty. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm going to actually set that aside because it's getting sketchy to paint. Just for now, and then we'll come back to it after it dries a little bit. I got to remember to put that I switched to Purple Pizzazz. All right. So back to this one. All right. So now this is one where we're going to do micro dots, which are simply taking the small dotting tool, the smallest one. Oh my gosh. 9:15. I don't see, that's the thing, and it won't land. Oh, where did it land? It landed somewhere. Everything's black over here, so it's probably, I don't know. Anyways, meet my friend the fly. All right, so yeah, so we're going to do micro dots between in here and in here. Okay? These will be smaller than these. So let me see what size and what color. Let's do pink with the yellow. Perfect size. So with the micro dots, you can actually get 2 dots, and you do the larger dot on the outer side and the smaller one on the inside. Actually, you can do it however you want, but this is the, like, because it gives that illusion, makes that middle part pop a little bit more and fills in those spaces. Hello, if you're new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Ask questions. Wait, is Jen here tonight? Mama Bear, thank you for the follow. Jen's not here tonight. Oh yeah, I don't know if she was not sure. Hi. Hi, Riverside, California. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. You came at an interesting time because even though we're practicing like Christmas ornaments or the size of, we are definitely not painting with a Christmas palette. I mean, you could use this as a Christmas palette, but I mean, it would look really cool on this. Those colors, you know. All right, and then I'm going to use the small end of the yellow for the next row micro dots. And let's do the purple. I know I said I was going to do a different color, but we're going to do purple. So these are same thing. Going to be a dot and a dot. These you won't see so much right now because they're kind of on the guide marks. I do not. Oh, you're in Highland, California, Kath. Well, welcome. A couple of people from Cali. I do not, but I do have a beginner supply list. I can send you if you want to like have something as a reference to start looking. I will say that the tools apparently on different sites are different sizes, and I did not know that. Yeah, so if you, Belinda, the easiest way for you to do that, so I won't forget, is on the bottom left-hand corner should be an orange box with a white arrow. If you just say, can you send me the supply list? Then I will get that message and I will remember to send it. It may ask you for your email address. I don't need that. I can send it to you right here. Also, I do upload all of the live. That's available too for some of our community members are practicing. So they like to look at that. So that's available too. If anybody's interested, same thing, shoot me a message there and we will get you all situated. Okay. Now for swooshes. In this particular one, we used purple, pink, and yellow. All right, I'm going to have to add more purple in here. I like that purple. I mean, I like that purple too, but I like that one. Purple, pink, and yellow. I guess that'll work. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Swoosh time. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Let's see. So we're going to do rather long ones, and then I'm going to just do a row of dots around there. So we're going to come down, I think the blue. Let me start with the white and see. I don't want to start with purple because the micro dots are there. So we'll do pink. So we really haven't done any pink in a little bit. So when you're doing swooshes, you push, but not hard. You're just pushing the paint down. Okay? And I am going to do every one because we're technically kind of getting to the finish of it. Now, I don't have a guide mark here, so I do have to kind of eyeball it. There's something in that. I don't know what that was, though. It was weird. Oh, I almost touched all over it. So if you find that you are, when you're working on these smaller ones, you want to keep working and everything is wet and you don't want to touch everything, I recommend a simple Lazy Susan. Because then you're not, hi Lisa, how are you? Then you're not having to touch it. I keep forgetting that this thing is out here. So, but it's kind of nice for these smaller projects because then you're not. And this is just like a pot holder, one of those silicone pot holders. Something like that. Now mine wobbles, so that's why I don't tend to use this on bigger pieces, because your piece will be wobbling all over the place. But for small projects, it's fine. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think the large end of the white is a good size. Anybody have any questions? My gosh. Oh, so close. Dang it. Darn it. So close. Well, I usually have those. Yes, I need one of those. I just meant. Oh no. Yeah. It is, Belinda. It is. So they start off. They start off looking similar to this. So it's a wood round, column wood rounds. This is 4 inches. Okay, so they come plain like this. And then we paint them with a black multi-surface paint, which is this. All this is on that supply list. This is on there. And then we put guide marks, which are the white lines, which is a chalk pencil. You don't need to do guide marks, but it definitely helps, especially when you're like practicing. Yeah, you're back for more, are you? You go back and forth, driving me crazy. But yeah, it's a wood round is what they're called. And they come in different sizes. Like this is 6 inch. What I like about these is you can paint on both sides. So you really get, 2 for the price of 1 when you're learning. Or if you're like me and you think you order 4 inch and you get 6 inch, that happens. That happened to me. Again, that's one of the things I just can't help but emphasize enough. When you guys are ordering stuff, just make sure you really read that description. Uh-oh. Where are you? Oh, hold on, everybody. I got him! And it didn't fall in my painting. Oh. Oh my goodness. Now I can paint in peace. Oh my God, that was so annoying. Anyways, no, I usually have those, the same kind of things up out in the chicken coop, but I used them up and had to order and took forever. So, but day or two, they'll be gone. Those things work. I had a fly. I can't believe you didn't hear it. I had a fly in here that was the size of a bird. I finally got him. Oh, big. Okay, so I'm going to keep using that tool. And then we're going to do pink orange. Yeah, orange and then yellow. Yeah. So I swear to God, it was huge. And it was, hi, MJ. It was so big. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So, and Cece, I can't tell you where I got this one. It is definitely, even though it's really cute, it's not very. So if you guys do get a Lazy Susan, make sure you check it out before you buy it. And that's got a big old chunk of something on there. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for the heart me. All right. So I'm going to carefully come down because these paints are still wet. Let me see. Is there a spot that's more dry? Okay, I'm going to skip that one. That one is really wet. So we'll start over here. So I'm going to kind of do a little curve on it. Like that. We completed our first stage. My swooshes still have a lot to be. Hi, Sandra. I have a spectator. Who's my spectator? My fly? I killed the fly. Yeah, I killed him. He dead. It was so annoying. Hour and 15 minutes I've been listening to that thing. But I finally got him. So yeah, so coming out and doing a little kind of a curve, if you will. If I remember to do it. Sometimes I forget to do it. Like just there. So use those guide marks in your favor. So you'll go, and that's one good point. So like it shows you where to go better. And where to curve. So you're going to come here and curve. Am I in other words? Yeah. Yeah, got it. Sure did. And now the thing is when you're doing swooshes on a small piece, you got to remember that that paint that you just painted, that first swoosh, is probably still wet. So you're going to do your best to stay right along the edge. Tap, tap, tapping, and there we go. Oh. Oh. I think I'm going to leave that. It'll get hidden by the next one. Hello, Samari. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. So these are swooshes, and it is a beginner technique. Does it take practice? Especially doing these that are more curved. Okay. No way. Hang on a minute. Hold on. Can you believe it's still alive? No way. Hang on. I'll be right back. I gotta get another paper towel. Do you guys ever see that movie, The Fly, with Jeff Goldblum? Not the original. The original one was, but the one with Jeff Goldblum was really good. Yeah, it was. Trust me, I don't even know how it was moving because it was crazy. That was crazy. Too much. This orange is a little thin. So as a side note, that orange is jack-o'-lantern orange. And we've used it before, but it's just a little on the thin side. At least my bottle is. I've probably had this bottle of paint for a couple years, so it's no telling. Crazy. When I saw it moving, I'm like, what in the world? Okay. Hi, Janelle. Thank you for coming in. Does anybody have any questions? Questions, comments? Preferably comment that doesn't get blocked by So that first one here, I didn't quite do right, but it'll be fine. Thank you, Penny. I think the colors help. They're very bright and colorful and cheery and okay, come on. Now you don't want to. Actually, yes, you mentioned about having your other. Yeah, so same thing. Well, did you already send me the message for the supply list? Because I'll remember there that you want to like watch the replays, and I'll send you both. I'll get you in the right direction for both. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the communities. Well, listen, I will tell you this, that I thought swooshes were so hard when I first started. I just skipped right over them and went to brush strokes because they were so hard. But I didn't quit. You have to. There's a couple of techniques. One is you push the paint. Okay, and you go slow. Okay. The other thing is kind of waiting for the paint to dry a little bit. So why don't we put this one aside, let that dry a little bit, and then we'll finish up the rock that we're doing. Okay, so we're going to do some micro dots on this one too. We'll do around the pink to start. And then we'll do yellow because we haven't really done a lot of yellow. So now I can hold it. So we're going to do micro dots. This is the small, hang on, I got to double check. Yep, small end of the pink tool. So same thing, dot. There we go. When I hold it, I actually rest my pinky on my other pinky or finger for stability. Doesn't help all the time, but when you're doing something small like this, gives you a little bit. Now, as you're going around doing the micro dots, if they start getting bigger, wipe off your tool. Because I can already see like the paint accumulating on the end of that. So, and you just start again. So Belinda, I fish a lot. So this is one of the things that, like, if the fish aren't biting too much, I come home with a lot more rocks. But yeah, so it's kind of one of those things I look for is heart-shaped rocks. So I call them love stones, and we paint them frequently here. Just depends on what's going on and what the community wants to do. Sometimes they want to do a 6-inch round. Like right now we're working on, the smaller designs for ornaments. So we haven't done this kind of stone in a while. Last night I did a stone. It didn't come out quite the way I had planned. Pretty. All right, so now we're going to go to was it blue? Yeah, blue. Stop. Drink of water and knock something over at the same time. Okay. So Belinda, you kind of came in on the, let's see. This is a real pretty one that we did. This is probably to date my favorite. If I had to pick one out of the pile, this was one we did with red. But like I said, they're kind of, you got to use your imagination. When I paint the black on there, I can kind of accentuate the shape. But I mean, if you look at it from this side, it doesn't look like much of anything. But anyways, yeah, this was definitely one of my faves. We've done quite a few cool ones, but that one is definitely my favorite. Watching you paint. It is. It's very relaxing painting. When I first started, I don't know, like some people when they're live as a live host, they have music going and everything like that. I told the community, I said, I don't think I really want to play music. And they were like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, good. Because I don't have anything on when I'm painting. I mean, the TV might be on, but not So, oh, you're in Nova Scotia, one of my favorite places to visit. I like Nova Scotia very much. Been there a couple times. Couple times on the way to Newfoundland. Or Newfoundland. Welcome, Jess. Welcome. All right, so we're going to use some orange because we really don't have a whole lot of orange. And it should be dry enough for me to... So see here where I say the dots are probably going to come off? That's fine. That's fine. Or if you don't want them to, you could do walking dots like that and just outline that edge. So, like that. Just making sure I didn't miss any comments. I've been painting for a while, but I am by far, I wouldn't I mean, do I paint big mandalas and do I do that? Yes, but would I consider myself somebody that I'm self-taught? I mean, I took a few lessons, but I feel like a lot of it I kind of start coming up with in my head. Does that make sense? But there is a lot of designs in mandala that are repeated because it goes off of like a flower pattern. This one I'm just calling dot art. So when I first started this live, this was our focus, was doing these rocks, love stones. And but we've progressed. We do a lot of different things now. Now we're working on ornaments. I would have never thought we were going to end up having that many people stick around and want to do ornaments. So this orange, like I said, is a little runny. So hang on a minute. Give me a second here. There we go. Hi, Robin. I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania, and we do a lot of creek fishing. So that's kind of like what I look for when I'm out. I mean, I even have the boyfriend looking now. It's hilarious. He goes, "Is that heart shape enough for you?" And I'm like, but you could paint on any rock. I mean, that doesn't have to be heart shaped. This is just kind of like my thing. The reason I like painting on the rocks and doing this just basic dot is because if it goes off the edge, it makes it look cool too. Like if they're oblong, they don't have to be perfect. It's like one of those kind of canvases where you can just paint. There we go. Yeah. It's funny. He is, for a dude, he's like, he remembers stuff, which is weird because he doesn't remember a lot. But like if I say, like the other day, I had to go wash dishes next door. We don't have a dishwasher. And of course we didn't have water. So we did take, and of course, I don't know why we were thinking that we should have just cooked at his dad's and all of that, but no. So then we ended up having all these dishes. So I go over there, everything is dried, caked on. And she had that power wash stuff. And I've never used it before, you know, Dawn, whatever. And I'm like, wow, this stuff is really cool. I guarantee you the next time he goes to the store, there will be a bottle in this house. Just because I said it was cool. But yeah, it's amazing the stuff that he remembers that no other person in my life has ever tried to remember. So that's cool. I'm just gonna do a little dot on that purple that dropped on there. All right, so we're getting closer to the end. I think, gosh, we need some yellow in there. Okay, I'm going to use the large end of the white tool. You know, yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where you have low expectations and then you realize you have low expectations because then somebody comes along and they're like, oh, this is how this works. And you're like, what? It's crazy. Crazy. So yeah, I'm just, again, following, and then I'll walk dots just kind of around the edge, like that. Uh-oh, running out of room, running out of finger room. So here, same, ooh! Same thing. I'll walk dots like this. And probably use the smaller end just to finish these up. So like that. And then, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Now, see, this is what I mean by sometimes you'll end up with an edge that you could actually put one more color on, and I like that. That's why I say I like doing the stones. Because if it's not perfect, it's fine. Actually, probably won't because that actually fits in there pretty good. Just walk them along. Ta-da! Fun. Very pretty. Oh, I guess I can't. I do have more here. What color? Purple. We'll do the purple. Oh boy. I think I'm just going to have to leave it there. You'll all have to trust me. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? I could hold it like this. There we go. And I'm just using the large end of the white tool. Very little space in there, but room for a little bit. Okay. We'll call that done. Let me put that over here. Grab this. Now I can work without getting the swooshes all. Yeah, we'll let that dry and I'll get it in a second. It's just making me nervous. Okay, what color did I say I was going to do? Purple? Purple, right? Yeah. Okay, so same thing. Okay. And I'm actually going to use the smaller end of the white one for this one because I'm not needing as much paint. Let me get back in frame here. So you're going to put your dot and then come down. Oh, and how convenient. I have a little purple dot down there. So remember when I said that'll cover up when I come up for the next one? So you just, there. And if you don't have to do them like that, you can actually come out more. I just don't have enough room to come out the way what I'm saying. So you could come out more. Okay, so you want to kind of close up that space. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. It's kind of like an in-between size as to what would fit there best. Like you could almost go up to the next size dotting tool. No smooshes for swooshes. Yep, no smooshes. So yeah, come out a little bit more but it's so much nicer if you can wait to let that dry just a little bit. It makes painting the next one so much easier and less likely to run together. Wait, did anybody check on Judy? Does anybody know if Judy's okay? Robin, a huge creek in my backyard. Our rocks are not that kind. Oh, yeah, we in Pennsylvania, they call us the Keystone State. One of not every creek here has them, but they're I'm trying to think. I can't think of the kind that it is. Hello, Eileen. I don't know. She didn't show up again. She wasn't here yesterday and she's not here tonight. So I was just asking if anybody had heard from her or if they could check in on her. I know, the other day she was having something with her medication. But I don't think I heard from her. So if anybody knows, or, I can always message her after we get off and just make sure she's okay. She's usually here. So, not that she has to be here every night, but when people don't show up, I notice. Oh, you work for Keystone? Yeah. They have some terrible truck drivers. So, where I'm at, we do a lot of fracking and a lot of water hauling. And that's the boyfriend did that. Keystone is one company they're horrible. Their drivers, it's, and that's not coming from me, that's coming from him. Because when you go to these fracks and you're hauling water, like every water company is there. And that's what he's telling me. He's been a truck driver over the road for 20 years. So when he says something like that, I believe him. Yeah, they're actually, well, one of their hubs. I don't think their main hub is here, but I'm in Bradford County, which is like we do a lot of fracking here. A lot of fracking. I don't know how I feel about it. What I do feel about it is that the county does not spend any of that money on their infrastructure or the way their main street looks. And they get a lot of money. From fracking. The tax, I mean, it's just crazy. Pretty. But you were in Kentucky, and they're in Kentucky. So what do they do in Kentucky? I guess that I'm confused. So they're in Kentucky. We need to do some top dots. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Different company then, which is interesting. But yeah, this one is, they haul water. I mean, it could be a sister or like a related related thing, but yeah, they don't, yeah, water hauling. Cool. Not that we are aware of. I mean, where we are is pretty rural. I think the concern is we have a lot of livestock. People are still on wells and stuff. So, water contamination is of course a concern, but so far, no EPA stuff. I mean, they do, I will say this though, if there's an accident, they really hush it. Not meaning like a motor vehicle accident. They really hush it. They don't want it in the news. Yeah. All right, so let's do top dots. I feel like some can girls are getting ready to come off of that. That's what the little swooshes remind me of can stuff. All right. Orange? Pink? Pink on yellow? Pink on yellow. And let's see. Let's do an offset one. So offset, normally a top dot would be straight over top, but we're going to do offset ones. So that looks like this. And I'm picking pink too because the pink micro dots are there. So offset. Gives it just a little different look. It is cute. It's crazy, like, and I'm telling you, if you do this design in different colors, it's going to look totally different. Totally different. So those of you that are here, I think most of you are regulars, but if anybody's new out there, and I just need to let you know, I'm live Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern until about 10:30. Just depends on what we're doing, but usually we try to finish up by 10:30. And now there are days where I work, I'm a nurse, so I do home infusions. So sometimes there'll be a day in there but you'll know. I'll remind you in my notes or in my stories or something. Okay, so what should we put on the green? I feel like the purple disappeared in the in this one, not like on the stone, the purple showed up. Orange on green? Orange. I don't know. I'm just winging it. We'll do orange on green. This thing's gonna be full of color. Hang on a minute. I got a big chunk of paint. There we go. So a regular top dot goes right over the top, just like that. The only thing is you want it to be slightly smaller. And it's the same concept. Enough paint, and you don't push down. You go hover and tap. Hover and tap. And you might not have to tap, but you just drop it on there. If you push down, then you get this like ripple effect. It doesn't really look. And you also need enough paint. Like if you don't have enough paint, it's not gonna give you what you need. Don't be afraid of the paint. Blue and green, royal blue. Like, oh, you mean like to top dot? Well, sticking with the color palette that we have, but you could use any color you want. I don't know why, but I don't think that that's what it looks like right now. But yeah, so the micro dots, I probably have to go in and do. Hi, Tasha, where'd you go? You weren't here harassing me. Where'd you go? So I might just go over those micro dots with a different color. Let's see what color. Let's do yellow because the yellow. What about those colors later this week? Oh, the blue and green, royal blue? Yeah, so what would you... I killed the fly. That's what you missed. So blue and green, royal blue. What am I painting that on? You think about that. What are we painting on? Because what I could do, since we're like, me, am in mode for decorations, I had meant royal blue on the green. Oh, yeah. I understand. But Cece seems to like those color choices. So, Belinda, one thing we do here is I do ask the community to kind of throw ideas out there for our next projects, even though, like I already said, tomorrow I'm going to work on the ornament. But I'm not opposed to trying to use those colors on an ornament or another project. we, so I'm going over those purple because they disappeared and I don't want them to disappear. So, I mean, I could do, tomorrow I could fill a silver, like do an ornament with silver and we could paint on it with royal blue and green. Again, I don't care what color. I just know that I need to practice on those ornaments. Because there is a learning curve on them. That is for sure. Okay. We got the can girls now. Really canning it out. All right, so I think I'm going to go through here. Just thinking here, guys. Hang on a minute. You're getting the flat ones? Yeah, we can do an ombre. I know, it's so, Tasha, isn't that fun? Yeah, we can do an ombre. Absolutely. You'll have to keep us informed on, like, where you get them and, like, if you like them. Because I don't know that I've seen them. All right, I almost want to do another, like a tiny swoosh, like right here. But I'm not sure how it's going to look. I'm going to, more of a dot. No, I already don't like it. Okay. Nope. That's coming off. Oh, no Q-tips. So, again, you have to try. So I'll let that dry. And then I might go over it again with the purple. Okay. Oh, you did? I haven't ordered any of her stuff yet. No, I haven't. They're in my cart. They're definitely in my cart. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what I want to do here. I almost want to do a yellow swoosh all the way down. But I don't know what that's going to look like. I think I'm going to leave that blank for now. What did we do with that one? I guess it's just a row of dots. So we'll just do that. Go around the outside. So, just going to follow this guide mark and then they will probably get top dotted, and then there might be something else to come along with it, but just to get this going. So using those guide marks, remember to keep everything in line. Lisa Matthews. Topped out with pink again. Ooh. Pretty. It needs something underneath here, but I can't visualize it just yet. So those of you that are, there's not too many, but if you're new here, like I don't ever really come, sometimes I'll look at something like for inspiration, but I don't normally come here with like everything laid out. We just kind of go with it because I want, I want beginners to be like, oh, and many of you have already begun to learn what improvisation in your paintings looks like. So that is really cool because that is something that you will always have to do. You're going to follow a design and you're going to end up with a different size piece or different size dots, and you're going to have to figure it out. I mean, either that or you're going to be throwing pieces away. Just saying. BG excited. Yes. Thoughtful. She's a good person. She's just... But no, I have not. That is something she's worked on for some time, though. So I also have her dotting tools in my cart because I'm tired of but the thing with that is I don't want people to think, oh, I have to go get her tools. I don't think her tools are expensive either. I think they're reasonable. But, wow, this yellow is yellow. It's yellowing. But I think this is going to help set the tone for what I do. Okay, so, ooh, oh, they're going to be small. One. Okay. It is. It's like in your face. So the pink will definitely tone that down. Okay. So we did green, yellow, yellow, orange. We need something right in here. I know. I think. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if it'll work. No, it's not going to work. So we can do micro dots in here to tone that down. We're not going to worry about that right now. Needs a dot. What color dots go in here? Pink? Pink. Needs a dot. We'll do pink. We'll do pink, and we're going to do the large end of the white. Just like that. Nothing fancy. Just to take the eye and not have me staring at a black space. Now, some people don't have a problem with that negative space. I, however, do. I don't know why, but I need to fill it. Okay. Maybe purple? Oh, sorry. I'm a little... Yeah, it does, but you know what? The problem is the purple is disappearing. So we can do purple top dots. I was thinking of doing like walking dots here, but I'm afraid. Or could we do... Ooh, that might be different. Let's see if this works. I don't, that's too big of a tool though. Let's see if this works. I'm going to try something. So I'm thinking... like that. What do you think of that? Hi, Jessica. Yeah. Just something so that it's not boring. I don't like it when it's boring. Although nobody would ever look at this and say, oh, that's boring. Just something to like tuck that in. Like a little arch. Now, you might not have all the room that you need and all the spaces, but just break that space up. Uh-oh. There we go. How is your night? Green. Green. I think we're going to top dot the yellow with the green, right? That's why I didn't want to use any more green, because if we're going to top dot the yellow with the green, that might end up being a lot of green. Yeah, so that's why I was thinking, because I thought that was what we were saying, is we would top dot this yellow with the green to tone it down a little bit. Oh, I know what I could do. I know what I can do. You guys and your green. Hold on. All right, I'll pause there. So what you can do, you could always top dot down your swooshes too. You don't have to do this, but, and I don't know if this is going to look right, but you could do this. You could do stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying it's what I would always do, but you can always do that to add a little bit of pop of color. Just something different. So that's why I say don't be afraid to try different things. I mean, now it's giving me like Beetlejuice vibes, but I don't know why. But kind of makes the pink swoosh disappear. Oh, then I can't. Okay, if it makes the pink swoosh disappear, which is true. Have you ever seen the Max? Yes. The Talavera pottery, this would. Oh, yes. So what you can do, Tasha, is like you can top dot the yellow with pink. It can be an ever-evolving. You could be here and find places to paint. But it's just something to do different. And it does definitely look different because these are like such bright colors. But you could, instead of doing the center one, you could do the purple ones. You could do the orange ones. I mean, I would only do one because I feel like these colors are so bright. I wouldn't do like a set, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is very fun. Very, very fun. Jessica came in and left already. I sent you. Wait. Oh my gosh. Somebody sent me a picture. Oh, you love the yellow on the edges. Yeah. Well, we're going to top dot them. The debate is out as to what we're going to top dot. I think we're going to do pink. But I can't do them tonight because it's wet. Pretty. So I don't know, Jessica, you'll see it in the replay, but there is purple walking dots in here because it was kind of blank and we didn't really have a lot of purple. So I just don't want to keep everybody too late. It's already 10:30. Well, so Jessica, this was the inspiration piece, one of my pieces from years and years ago. So, a little bit of an inspiration. Yeah, you could do purple on yellow. You could do whatever you want. I personally don't like the purple and the yellow together. That's my eyeballs. Was it I thought it was green. Somebody said green on the yellow. I don't know. See, this one has pink on the yellow. That's what we said, pink, because we don't have a lot of pink. You know what? You all can paint it and then play with it. I think it's pink. I think we need to put pink on it. Okay. Ooh, sorry about that. Oh my gosh, your neons. Fun. So we're going to do an ornament tomorrow, Jessica. I'm going to show everybody how to do the ornament, and I'm going to paint one because I'm getting itchy. Like, I need to practice painting on those ornaments. Yeah, I think that I'd love to see what everybody comes up with, because this is one of those things where you can, these colors, there's no rhyme or reason. Like you do, you know, your thing. So, yeah, so I'm gonna, I'll fill one, like we'll do all of that, and I could use that paint palette on them, on that one. I wouldn't have to worry about using the pink. Yeah, I just want to, I want to work through some of the little things that I'm finding with the stencil and all of that. So, but anyways, yeah, let me see if I can hold it up, because I feel like the lighting is still not, oh boy. Hang on, let me hold it like that. There we go. Pretty. So yeah, so I didn't finish the dots because that'll take me a while. And I'm ready for bed. I know. Oh no. Bummer. Well, at least you can watch the recording. So that's... No, I know. I'm not. That'll take me a little while. So I'll probably just finish it up tomorrow, and then I'll post it tomorrow when I'm done. I mean, I only did that to put a little color there. I didn't really want like a lot of bright. So I think that's, for me, that's the look I wanted, just to fill that space in with something. And then I will top dot, I think, with pink, because we don't have a lot of pink. The pink's pretty. All my painting will be this weekend, and it's all I'm going to do. It happens, Jessica. That's exactly how that happens. Hi, Aurora Sky. Thank you. It did come out nice, didn't it? Came out pretty. So, all right, guys. So, I am going to head on out. Thank you for being here. Again, I'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. And, yeah, we'll work on learning some of the basic stuff for doing an ornament. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. And I will upload this. Actually, I have up 2 now to upload. They'll be uploaded. All right, goodbye. Have a good night, Jessica. We'll see you